of all. I'm not a native speaker, so I need at least 5 minutes, as you promised in the beginning. I'm very honored to be here with this group tonight. Although I have read a lot about Tea Party in the news, but I very much appreciate this first-hand experience and to know there's so much sense of responsibility and justice among the group. So thank you very much for the opportunity tonight. And the topic I'm going to cover is something tragic in China that has been going on for 14 years, which is the persecution of Falun Gong and the persecution of the universal values of truth, compassion, forbearance, which are the principles of the Falun Gong spiritual belief. Now, Falun Gong is deeply rooted in the ancient Oriental culture, which is about self-improvement, which we call cultivation. That is deeply connected with Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism as well. But I also would like to share with you a positive perspective, which is the fact that I'm talking about it tonight, the fact that you're listening to me, is in itself resistance of the persecution and helping those persecuted in China. So thank you again for the opportunity. It's not just an opportunity for me to speak, but also an opportunity for us to collaboratively contribute to a better tomorrow for China and all of us here in America, as we all know that now is such a global village that everyone's connected now. So I know I have only a couple of minutes. Let me give you a 40,000 feet view of the persecution. It started in July 1999, and it's Chinese Communist Party persecuting Falun Gong practitioners who are basically mainstream society in China. And the CCP's slogan is extinguish Falun Gong practitioners physically, ruin their reputations, and collapse their finances. The three-pronged persecution strategy involves the violence, brainwashing, and propaganda. The worst example of propaganda was the staged self-immolation incident on Tiananmen Square in Beijing in 2001 during the Chinese New Year time, demonizing and framing Falun Gong practitioners as killing themselves, setting themselves on fire, when the things are all the contrary. And an example of brainwashing is that you are forced to watch TV or hear the radio broadcast slandering Falun Gong all the time when you're not allowed to sleep. So after 24 hours, think about what kind of state a person will be in. An example of torture, violence, is that, for example, force feeding is a normal medical procedure to save people's lives, but it's commonly used in labor camps by Chinese Communist Party, often as a torture method and with a lot of salt and chili sauce. Now, nothing tops this, which is the forced live organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners. Now, the name may sound unfamiliar, but in essence, what happens is that a Falun Gong practitioner is identified of having matched organ for a wealthy individual from outside of China looking for organ transplant. And this Falun Gong practitioner is put on the operational table and his organs taken out one by one for all the pre-scheduled transplant operations. At some point, the victim dies. This is basically killing on demand. Even Nazis did not do this. They only stopped at the extent of using dead bodies of human beings. We're talking about State Department's 2011 country human rights report on China about this crime, and recently a resolution 281 has been introduced in the House by Florida Congresswoman Rosalynn Ng, condemning the systematic state-sanctioned organ harvesting of non-consenting prisoners of conscience from largely, mainly Falun Gong practitioners, but also dissidents of other groups, minority ethnic groups in China. And my last point is that I want to tell you how this is relevant to all of us here, not just on the morality level. We all know that Ms. Judith Keys opened up a package she bought from Kmart, Halloween decorations, and from the package she found a letter, someone written, a slave labor, written in Masanja labor camp in China, crying out for help. And we also know that all these labor camp products, they contaminate the global market, but also take away jobs in the US illegally, unethically. So thank you very much. We have the newspaper. Please read it and spread the truth. And spreading the truth itself is disintegrating the evil. And I say evil because organ harvesting is really unprecedented evil on earth. Thank you so much.